And I went to the doctor, and he did the breast exam, and he said, you know, something's not right here. Have you noticed anything different? And I said, no. He said, well, I think we need to have you need to do a mammogram. And I said, I just had one in February and it was fine. That was 9 months ago. The insurance company isn't going to pay for another mammogram this early. And he goes, oh yes they will. I'll make sure that they do. So I had the mammogram, and he called, and I've been having mammograms since I was in my 20s. So I expected everything to be fine. And he called me back into his office and said that I had a lump and they wanted to do an ultrasound. And I said, oh, it's going to be fine. It's just a cyst. I fell and hit that breast, and so I'm sure it's fine. Well, all the same, I want to do an ultrasound. Okay, fine. So and it was probably around Thanksgiving, had the ultrasound, and he called me in his office and said that I had breast cancer. And I remember going into the doctor's, like a medical closet, and just like crying. And I'm not a crier. It was just a out-of-body experience. I'm 47 years old, and that's not supposed to happen to someone that young. My decision was to go ahead and have a mastectomy, and so they did the mastectomy, and from there they released me back to St. Pete, where I'm from, to do chemotherapy there. The chemotherapy is just devastating to your body, and I almost didn't make it through it. And if it weren't for my sisters telling me that you've already come this far, just finish it up, I don't know if I would have finished it up. It was such a life-changing event for me that I never thought that I was going to die. I will say that. I just never thought that. And that's important. My reaction for Tomo synthesis, Tomo, was very positive. And I'm very excited. I'm going to do it. In St. Pete, they have a 3D digital group already, but this one's even more advanced than that. And what I love about it is affordable. And you don't need a doctor's prescription, so you can take your health in your own hands. And I would highly encourage mothers to schedule that like a dental cleaning for their daughters, for their 20-something-year-old daughters. With the advanced technology, if you're in a stage 1, there's so many options to choose that aren't so dangerous to your body. There are more healthy options that you can choose. But if you don't recognize that you have an issue early on, then you're not going to have that option, because once that cancer grows and you're into the stage 3 and 4, then you are going to be forced and funneled into that system. I call it big pharma, you know, because it is. It's just, it's a money maker. Cancer is a money maker in this country, and I take homage to that. It just frustrates me. So Tomo synthesis, had it been available 10 years ago, would have made a big difference in my diagnosis. I would have been diagnosed earlier. From the February mammogram, had I had the Tomo synthesis, I really believe they would have found a much smaller tumor, and that would have saved me from having to go through the chemotherapy and the mastectomy, just to save me from going through so much. And it took 2006 out of my life that year. Changed my life.